What's good? It's your guy D Money.
Your girl Taylor Hart.
Yo, it's Pint Size Patron.
You're tuned in to Fresh Juice right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Every Wednesday night from 9 to 11 p.m. Spinning the freshest, juiciest hip-hop and R&B.
Keeping it live with interviews from upcoming and established artists.
This is Fresh Juice on Rainier Avenue Radio. Peace.
$90 motherfucker. Get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. Stay out the way. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. Look, early in the morning on my first prayer. Gotta stay ahead, know the evils never play fair. Drove it way too far to put in park and sit and wait there. I could've got more points, was always open, but they ain't shared. Niggas just be talking, want attention, cause they shit made. Not one stream of revenue, I'm getting to it 6 ways. Last thing that my nigga told me was I better get paid. Lost him to the grave like, oh, this game in the big play. Cone full of biscotti and some wine in my glass. You need to find a hobby instead of watching my cash. Beamer feel like a Bugatti, digital on my dash. Smoking on some Abu Dhabi that I got in the stash. Gonna eat until my plate clean. Too much left to do to ever daydream. Never with the acting, no, I hate scenes. Drinking late on drink and fill their bodies with that fake lean. Staying out the way, I'm on my RZA, gotta make cream. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. And stay out the way. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. And stay out the way. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. Money and stay out the way. I ain't got the time to play, cause it's can die every day. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way.
Waking up to another day, and I feel blessed for that. Gotta stay in my lane, hit cruise control and just relax. You can't hold on to something that wasn't meant for you. So when your plans don't fall together, what is you best to do? Sit back and complain about milk you can't pick up again. Get salty about sucker nigga that always up can win. We ain't gonna compromise the way that we was raised, so we get back out on our hustle and grind for better days. Times is hard and they ain't finna get no softer. Married to the game, wishing you left her at the altar. Life is a bitch, but your ass done put a ring on it, and you just found out that she ain't loyal. Sting, don't it? That's the result of all the choices that you made when you hopped off in the game and didn't know how it was played. Maybe your ass should have waited until you mastered it. Cause now if you divorce the hoe, she still gonna leave with half
just
of it.
get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. Stay out the way. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. And stay out the way. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way. And stay out the way. I ain't got the time to play, cause it ends die every day. Just get your money, feed your family, and just stay out the way.
Burn it down, y'all. Burn it down. Rainier Avenue Radio, fresh juice. You're tuning in live to us right there. See Big Burn in there by Joshua Ayers right there. It's Less of the Bus Hog Outlaws featuring Bun B, Live By. Starting to show off right there. Rainier Avenue Radio's fresh juice off of the Distant EP. Got myself D-Money, of course, as always.
And Taylor Hart.
Yeah, and Taylor Hart, of course. We got to turn you up a little bit so you're a little louder. There you go.
Turn it up.
Turn it up. All right. So tonight we are not going to be joined by our one and only pint-sized Patron. Unfortunately, his brother, Trico White, actually just passed away. So rest in peace to our guy's friend right there. Trico White is his name. But we're going to hold things down, of course, as always, live until 11 p.m. And we will be joined by Yohiness, which we'll be bringing in here shortly, y'all. But tonight's juice, we're going with some tea. Yeah, some sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
And it's got to be sweet. And every time someone says sweet tea, I always think of this.
Sweet tea. It gotta be sweet. Sweet tea. Oh, I'm loving it, and it feels alright. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Yeah. Yeah. McDonald's.
All right, yeah. You gotta get the sweet tea, yo.
I do love sweet tea.
Oh, it's got to be sweet. And you know what else is sweet?
Welcome.
Oops. What else is sweet is having our guest today, Yohiness, bringing him in right now. What's up, man?
Hey.
Yo, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I see you hanging out right by the post office. That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Post Office Studios, Tacoma. That's where we making some magic and shit at.
Oh, word. Dropping the S-bomb right in the first couple of minutes.
Man, I apologize.
You got to get it out, right?
Man, one and done. We're gonna move forward.
Never happened.
But how's the week been for you, man?
It's been solid, man. I took over a new position out in Linwood, so totally different area. Been helping manage this new pot store, Puff and Chill on Highway 99. So really just super busy with that and spending the majority of my time up north versus being, Federal Way, Tacoma, Seattle area. So it's been different. It's been cool. New experiences starting this year off, and it's been solid.
There it is. How about your week, Taylor?
Oh, man, it's been busy. I feel like I say that every week.
Yeah.
No, we launched episode 1 of the Seattle World Tour on Monday. And so for the next 12 weeks, we're going to be dropping 1.5 million different things. We got a different artist featured every week. And we got a performance. We have an interview. We have just like a bunch of facts and resources on the homelessness crisis in King County. We're doing a food drive, a food and like essential needs type drive. We partnered with The Reef, the bakery, and Clutch. You can go take donations to 4 different locations for all of them. And that's going on through the end of March.
It's incredible.
yeah, we just launched that today. Or this week, I mean. And so, yeah, I've just been super, super busy. But yeah, it's been great. I love the interviews that I've done with all the artists so far. And I'm just super, super stoked about all of it. So I'm really hoping we can make a big impact, since we couldn't have our concert series that we usually do. So yeah, big things.
Big things.
Yeah.
Big things popping, y'all. Big things. I've been basically staying up with all the things that Rainier Avenue Radio's got going on, including, might as well just drop it out right at the beginning. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, Rainier Avenue Radio will be hosting a mental health town hall with King County Council members and the organization NAMI putting it on tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And then Rainier Avenue Radio will also be the main broadcast partner for the Martin Luther King Jr. annual rally in March. You can tune into that on this Monday, 11 a.m. And you can also check out a youth-produced video by the Martin Luther King Jr. Celebration Youth Committee that'll be aired on Rainier Avenue Radio via video on all of our platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and as well as Facebook on Sunday at 2 o'clock. All right. So yes, we got a great show planned for you. In addition to some other things, we want to get your answers on some comments along the show. Later on, we'll address this, but what's the wildest opening to a song that you have ever heard? Let us know in the comment section. We'll throw those up and we'll read some of them later on in the show, but let us know, what's the wildest opening to a song that you have ever heard? It can be rap, it can be R&B. What's the wildest opening to a song you've ever heard? Let us know in the comments right there. But other things we're going to be talking about along the show, we also want to get your opinion as well on that, including, of course, we got to talk about what went down last week and the aftermath of that. I mean, the president literally just got impeached for a second time by the House, and as well as he got banned from all social media platforms, all that. Rick Ross has a new potato chip. Yeah, we got to talk about that. We got to talk about how far is too far for an artist to change their appearance for a music video. And on Clubhouse, Lupe actually called out Royce for defending Eminem too much. So we'll talk about all that, of course. We've got our guy Yohiness here, and we're going to get to our next song. Coming at you from Detroit, actually. A new singer goes by the name of Jay Brown. Check this guy out. It's a super soulful tune. It's called Vibe.
Okay.
Right?
Vibe with you, spend all my time with you, ride with you, laugh with you, stay up all night. I wanna vibe with you, girl, you know I ride with you. You know what I want, you be turning me on, got me in a daze. Make me wanna say, babe, that I found something special, yeah. Every day you get the feeling, 'cause you're so damn appealing to me. Ooh, the way you move to the beat, it does something to me. It fulfills me, thrills me, knocks me off of my feet. Oh, the way you move to the beat, it does something to me, baby. It fulfills me, thrills me, knocks me off of my feet. I just wanna vibe, yeah. Vibe with you, spend all my time with you, ride with you, laugh with you, stay up all night. I wanna vibe with you, girl, you know I ride with you. You know what I want, you be turning me on. And now it's time, to make this night unforgettable. Ooh, I never felt this kind of love from another. We were made for each other. The corona showed me that I couldn't wait for me tonight. Oh, tonight is all about vibes. So tonight, just groove with me tonight. Won't you groove? Tonight is all about vibes. Oh, vibe with you, vibe with you. Spend all my time with you, ride with you, laugh with you, stay up all night. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you. Girl, you know I rock with you. You know what I want. You be turning me on. Vibe with you, vibe with you. Spend all my time with you, ride with you, laugh with you, stay up all night. I wanna vibe with you, vibe with you. Girl, you know I rock with you. You know what I want. You be turning me on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know we vibing to that one. Woof.
Oh, for sure. That music video was corny as hell, but
That sounded just like a Joe song.
Sometimes corny is very appropriate. But yeah, shouts out to Jay Brown for that one right there. It's called Vibe, new music coming out of Detroit. All right, so listening to Fresh Juice right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Our guest of the evening, Yohiness. Trademarked. I mean, I could see the C right there, copywritten.
Yeah.
Is that legit though? I mean, did you actually pay for a copyright on your name?
Yeah.
Where? When'd you do that? When'd you do that?
Like a year ago. I've been like hosting and DJing and stuff like that. And honestly, it's really just to like differentiate the difference between like when I'm doing my music stuff compared to when I'm hosting versus, you know, doing a DJ event. And so Yohiness with the copyright symbol is more just the music.
For sure. Okay. I can dig it. Definitely. All right. So we definitely going to get more into with you, but we're going to jump into something else here real quick. We got to talk about what went down last week. As one of our fellow shows on the station last night, The Way with Jazz and Tay said, what the happened last week?
Man.
Oh my God. A raid on the Capitol, the president being banned from all social platforms, you name it, being impeached by the House for a second time. Mm-hmm. That's just the beginning of it, you know, all the arrests from that raid, just like, I don't even know how to digest all that stuff that went down, man.
I'm still pretty numb to it. So
you still numb?
Yeah, I'm, you know, I don't know. I haven't really stopped moving or working to really like comprehend everything that's going on. And it's still unfolding so rapidly that I kind of like am waiting it out, and so I can just understand it all at once. I don't know. It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
What's your take on everything that happened, Yohiness?
I don't know. I don't really want to sound too ignorant. I'm not really
for sure
too caught up on the politics and stuff like that. And, you know, I don't want to make a fool out of myself. I'm not surprised about what's going on. It's just a quick reminder that we live in a white man's world at the end of the day. And they get away with a whole bunch of stuff that we don't get away with. And it was just a reality check for the rest of America. It's something that I feel like I knew, and a lot of people that look like me been knew for the most part. And so it's not really no surprise. It's just more like, what else is new? You know, we just want to see this, the same things that, you know, happen when we do stuff, happen when white people do stuff for the most part. And it didn't happen. So it just proved everybody's theory for the most part. And so I feel like everybody's just voicing that at this point right now. The only people surprised is white people.
Right. Definitely put right there. One thing I'd like to jump into though, rather than everything that happened, the banning of platforms, it was interesting because some big name artists by the name of Carrie Hilson and Waka Flocka Flame spoke out against the banning of Trump's Twitter account, which was. I'm going to read the quote real quick right here about what Carrie said in her tweet. And show it for you, of course. This may be funny, but it's a little dangerous too. Take Trump out of it for a moment. A democracy must include freedom of speech. Imagine other leaders or popular figures not being able to voice their opinion if it opposes the majority of world leaders. Our freedom of speech being taken from us, slowly but surely. Censorship. If the leader of the free world can be removed, imagine what same right of civilians. Imagine believing every time you read false information detected and propaganda, deceptive reports, and flat out lies being the only thing we see. Thoughts?
She's right. She's 100% right, man. I mean, I don't think that anybody should be silenced, and I think Twitter has been having it bad when it comes to silencing people. And, you know, I mean, you look at any scientist who spoke out against COVID, they were silenced. So it's not a surprise that the president of the United States is silenced. I mean, everybody else is getting silenced. You know, Farrakhan was silenced on Twitter for a while. I mean, it's like I said, it ain't new. Like, that freedom of speech thing ain't real. People can't even speak about what they want to speak about. And I mean, the things that he's speaking upon is garbage, in my opinion. Let me get that out. I don't support Trump, but I mean, I still don't think he should have been silenced. Nobody should have been silenced.
And I think I would agree with you too, Yohiness. I mean, I agree with the impeaching of Trump. I agree at getting the hell out of him leading the country and all that kind of stuff and all the power that he has in there. But I also am down with freedom of speech too, and I'm not a fan of cancel culture. And
right.
You know, you have a really good point there. I mean, one of the artists that we're going to be playing later in the show, Talib Kweli, he's also banned from Twitter from some interactions that he had with a fellow Twitter handler. And there's other people that have, I'm sure, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but yeah, there are a lot of artists that just because they said a certain thing, the social media completely banned and blocked their platform from me being able to even address it.
And before you move on, it's more like it should wake our generation up to look deeper than Twitter, to look deeper than Instagram, to look deeper than Facebook, because they can't take the things that we're reading. They can't take those books away. You know, when you sign up for Twitter, when you sign up for all these social media outlets, it's in the fine print, it's in those agreements, you know? And so it's just more like, where are you getting your information? You got to look in others. You got to look deeper. You got to look harder. It can't just all really be on the surface. And so people are freaking out because, you know, that's their only source of information. And it shouldn't be like that. We should be in these books. We shouldn't be relying on the internet that's actually ran by, you know, yeah.
Yes, we know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a time for our generation to wake up. You know, we be hella loud and stuff, and we quick to go riot and stuff, but we gotta educate our mind more than anything, and it can't be through the internet. Like, I personally don't use Google too much, you know, and it's because, you know, you type in certain stuff, it's going to show you bogus information before it shows you, you know, somebody else's opinion that's not funding a foundation. You know, so
right.
Internet's a tricky world, man.
Yeah, it really is, though. What's your take on it, Taylor? Should Trump's Twitter have been banned and all these other social medias as well?
No, honestly, I think every voice has a place in history, and I think it's
even Trump.
Yeah, and
okay.
I mean, Hitler had a place in history too. And
true.
I think the problem is that people don't analyze the things that are happening, and they don't learn from it. Especially nowadays, they're not learning from these things that have happened in the past, and it's because they're only getting information from social media instead of actually, you know, researching and learning about these things. And so I think he should have been, you know, allowed to stay on social media. But I think the path that they were taking with disclaimers and fact checking and putting notes on his tweets was the way to go in directing people to the truth instead of just erasing it from, their presence. They can't see it. They can't learn from it. They have no idea what's going on if you take away what's happening. So I really think that that everything, I've said it before, and I think just everything is so distorted and so just, I don't like, it's an alternate world right now. It's really weird. And it's like I said before too, it's just really hard to grasp everything and take it all in and see it from every angle right now, because there's like a million things happening every single day. So I think it's going to be a while before we all truly understand, the depth of what is happening here and happening right now.
Man, definitely well put right there. And while you were talking as well, just something else came to my mind. By banning his platforms, you almost gave him more power, or less. You gave his supporters to feel like, oh, the world is against us even more than they thought so beforehand. Right. Because I liked what you said about the disclaimers on every single tweet or the disclaimers on every post. At least he still had, his voice or whatever. Mm-hmm. There was education around it.
Yeah.
But the entire banning, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, the words did create violence, but like you said, Taylor, everyone deserves to have their say.
Yeah, it'd be really sweet if Twitter had just like a fact checker embedded into tweets. So when people start wiling out, claiming stuff, it would check them and it would pull up the truth. That would be tight.
Yeah, they might have to watch Azalea Banks a little closely.
Shouldn't we be the fact checkers? Shouldn't we be looking and seeing what they're talking about online and then going to do our own research? It's just, man, we're lazy. Why are we so lazy?
I think they should just give us a bibliography of resources so that we can go. I would love that, because like when I go to Wikipedia, I go down to the bottom and I go to where they source all their information from, and then I go start doing my research. Like I paid attention in elementary school, so I know how to research. So yeah, I do a lot of cross-referencing. I do a lot of digging. And digging and digging and digging, and I'm down to help somebody make this algorithm that fact checks things. I just need to get in touch with the right people.
Yeah, Taylor is an expert digger. I mean, just look at her music playlist.
I was born with a shovel in hand.
Yo. All right. Well, it is 9:26. Let us know in the comments, of course, whether you feel if Trump should have had his Twitter banned or all the other social medias as well. Let us know. Maybe we'll throw up your comments during the break that we're just about to have. So when we come back, new one from Talib Kweli, yo. He may have had his Twitter banned, but he's still making great music. And he's going to drop Cultural Currency soon. So stay tuned right here on Rainier Avenue Radio Fresh Juice. Yohiness is here, and we're here until 11 sipping that sweet tea. It's got to be sweet.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not meeting Mrs. Jones in that cafe for a chat and nothing else, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
The 39th annual MLK Day 2021 celebration. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Tune into Rainier Avenue Radio for complete live the MLK Day Youth Event. Sunday, January 17th from 2 to 4. The MLK Day Celebration Youth Committee presents a short film of high school age students sharing about their activism and world. Good trouble, necessary trouble. Rally and march. Broadcast live on Rainier Avenue Radio. Rally starts at 11. The march begins at noon. We'll be following the entire march. Seattle's legendary
39th Annual March and Rally. Celebrate the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Rally at 11, march at noon. Live on Rainier Avenue Radio.org. Watch on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Listen and watch on the Rainier Avenue Radio app. Or go to www.rainieravenueradio.world.
Welcome to the Fitness Corner. I'm your host, Mark Bryant, and you're going to get a whole total body workout on my show, starting off with a warm-up, aerobics, strength training, cool down, and stretching every Friday from 11:30 to 12 right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
This is the news on Rainier Avenue Radio. A Wisconsin prosecutor declined to file charges against a white police officer who shot Jacob Blake in the back in Genosha, concluding he couldn't disprove the officer's contention that he acted in self-defense because he feared the man would stab him. The decision threatened to reignite protests that rocked the city after August 23rd, the doctor's shooting that left Blake paralyzed, the AP reports. Kenosha County District Attorney Michael Gravely said investigators concluded Blake was carrying a knife when police responded to a report he was trying to steal a car. After Officer Rustin Shusky said he, quote, feared Jacob Blake was going to stab him with a knife, unquote, as he tried to stop Blake from fleeing the scene. The shooting of Blake, captured on bystander video, turned the nation's spotlight on Wisconsin during a summer marked by protests over police brutality and racism. And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yo, what's up? This is Porter Ray, and you're listening to Fresh Juice with D Money, Pint Size Patron, and Taylor Hart right here on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Yo, is it a game or is it not a game, man? Y'all niggas got me confused, man. Sometimes you be like it's a game, sometimes you be like it's not a game. Make up your mind, man. Shit. Let's say it's a game, man. You press the reset button like...
Son. Let me reset, son. I can say something, right? Son, how you have a video and don't have me resetting, son? How you have a video and don't have Brooklyn with the frock? Ashley the frock learn. I'm saying when you talk Brooklyn, you gotta roll your tongue. We don't say Brock, we say Brock. Reset with the Brock. And not only that with Daruk and the Daruk reset with the Brock. Brooklyn. Your trust, it is the joke.
Now we gotta start over. Press the reset button like if this planet is a prison, we the life is 300 like Leonidas, the voice of the freedom fighters. I promise, I've been a hot topic since a novice. Predicting all the highs, I wish the focus of a prophet. Lions in my space like an asteroid or a comet. They nothing before an object, so they always out of pocket. My look is so classic, we're fresher than your stylist. Whip around the curves of the inexperienced drivers with that new car smell. No matter the mileage, they asking me to turn up or begging me to be silent. Keep my name out your mouth. Y'all don't want no problems. You groupies don't move me. You bloggers are non-writers. You write about us. You will never do it like us. The is my sons. I'm your child care provider. It's beautiful struggle. Ain't no struggle. Ain't no progress. Want to speak the kid's name? Let me lay out some options. First, you gotta get your weight up. You debate it with a scholar. Do your homework. Certain facts, or just recognize and acknowledge. Get the act out your mouth and spit it better than you swallow. Stop recycling the garbage. What you trying to acknowledge? Slow straight bourbon. With aged barrels, the great pharaohs of ancient Egypt. That's how my name is greeted. Just here to make certain. My main concern is which side of you want to safe travels. You take it and receive it. Jazz solo flow. Reincarnation of kings. No, it ain't YOLO. It's more like we live forever. Forever. We keep it G like the seventh letter. Your trust is just.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, Talib Kweli, The Jux, featuring Maurice Mobetta Brown, and I guess a feature there at the beginning by the one and only Ashy Larry. Donnell Jones, also, as he's known as. But anyway, Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, myself, D Money. And you also got Yohiness in the building, yo.
What's happening?
What is good?
What's happening?
And of course, Pint Size Patron not here with us tonight, as his friend has unfortunately passed away. We definitely keep him in our prayers, man. We're gonna live here until 11, and keep with us here. You can follow us on our socials, of course. I'm at D Money Juice. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. D Money Juice #1.
And I'm at Taylor Hart, TaylorHaart on all the social media.
And you can find our guy Pint Size Patron on all handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all Pint Size Patron. And the show Fresh Juice is at Twitter and Instagram, and that is at Fresh Juice Media. Yohiness, where are you at?
Man, Yohiness J across the board.
Okay, you keep simple. Love it. Ooh, what was that? Okay, anyway.
That was me. I'm at the studio. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Post Office Studios, man. And I know you're mid session, and I know you're going to be getting back to that shortly. So, we're just gonna get it in with you then. But before we do that, let's give some shout outs. People watching in on Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch and everybody else there. Who we got? We got Casey Greenlee. We got Theo Rack. We got Joshua Ayers. We got Kiki Love, DeAndre Singletree, who is also I think he saying what's poppin', Yohiness Jennings. We got Nisi Nay, Chiefo Patron, Miles Salvador, and some others, of course. Thank you all for tuning into the show tonight, y'all. So yeah, Yohiness, man. Actually, when I was doing some research there, I saw that for South by Southwest that was supposed to happen last year, you were actually going to do a DJ set.
Yeah, we was. I was about to do a DJ set and then host the stage. We was going out there. I worked closely with Toe Jam, and so yeah, we was gonna make a whole stage happen. Had some cool stuff planned, and COVID.
Right. I mean, as a DJ, have you DJ'd outside of the state before, or was this going to be like your first trip?
No, I played in San Francisco. I played in Oakland.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing crazy though. Like not even to sound insane or nothing. But I played a little bit out of state. I didn't been around like some dope people and done some dope stuff myself. I was just more excited to be able to curate a stage under Toe Jam's behalf and being a good representation of Washington and our movement going on out here. Like, the people we had planned on coming out there and the people that was performing from Seattle in Texas at the same time, like those link ups and those surprise guests was going to put some fire under the wave of what we got going on out here. And that was the most unfortunate thing. Like, I'm always going to figure it out. So it wasn't me personally like missing out on that opportunity. It was missing out on that spotlight about to happen. Y'all know how South by is. Like, it's just more of the networking part. And so I felt like it was really a prime time for us to capitalize on that. And it was taken from us.
Yes, it definitely was. And you definitely were not the only one that got it. But man, Toe Jam. I remember Toe Jam put on a couple parties in the old Rainier Avenue Radio spot. I don't know if you DJ'd some of those.
Should I help put together every single one? That's what I knew. Rainier Ave rung a bell, man. We did like several events inside of that place, and they were all pretty good, man. It was a cool opportunity to be able to, like our focus is to be able to, focus on tomorrow and focus on the youth, and being able to do that stuff at Rainier Hall was always a beautiful opportunity. I mean, we broke some rules, but everybody went home happy, and everybody made a little bit of money, so it was always a win.
Everybody went home lit, and everyone had a good time. And then everyone made money. There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell me about Toe Jam and the people that are also tuning in. They're like, what is this group of people putting on parties in Seattle? What are they all about?
Well, it's more than just a party, man. It's an experience more than anything. I know we hear that a lot. But it's so much more put into it outside of just people getting together, drinking and smoking. It's an outlet for people that, isn't accepted into this industry that we have. It's for them kids that can't dress the way they want to dress, talk the way they want to talk. It was just really an outlet because like the music in our in our scene out here doesn't accept, they don't play it too much at the clubs and stuff out here. We do a lot of Playboy Cardi, Thousand Bonnie, just a bunch of underground stuff. And it was a place for the underground kids to truly be themselves. And so just throwing the party tag on it, it watered it down, man. As it got bigger, people thought it was just a party, and so it got saturated like anything else, it's something that you would have to go to. You can go through the Instagram and get a little piece of the things that was going on there. And like I said, it's an experience. It's something that you would have to go to and interact with the people and see this local art scene that's going on. Gave so many opportunities, gave the stage to people outside of music, artists like painters and designers, people that do clothes, set designers. We always had cool, innovative set designs and stuff like that. It's more than just a party.
For sure. Who started Toe Jam?
I can't tell you. Yeah, man. I couldn't. Toe Jam is Toe Jam. It's bigger than a person.
So what's up? How'd you get involved with them?
Right place, right time. Like I said, I hang out with a lot of these people that be curating events and stuff like that. And so I got in where I could fit in for the most part. It was something that was going on before me. And I was invited in to help with curating and hosting. And we all ran with it from there,
Okay. All right. So enough about Toe Jam. Music wise, what I heard was you took like a 5-year hiatus before you dropped that EP late last year.
Yep. Like 4 or 5 years, just not putting anything out, man. I wasn't writing myself, to be honest with you. And like, I was making a living off of throwing events, DJing, hosting and stuff like that. And so, I was always writing for the most part, but like, I didn't feel seasoned enough anymore. I was being around all these artists and just knowing too much for my own good. So it was mainly just me being stuck in my head, not being ready to put anything out. I'm seeing these people around me. I'm watching how, some of their failures. I'm watching some people's success. And it was just like, when I dove in making music at the beginning, it was just all fun and games. But then I started learning the industry out, and it was like, I can't just put this stuff out like that. And so it was really just me just being in that cocoon, trying to become a butterfly. Shout out to Kendrick. So legitimate. Just really owning in on my craft and seasoning myself and just learning the industry and the game more than anything. Because the art and writing music ain't going nowhere. Like, that's my gift,
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, it definitely wasn't intentional, like you're saying. It just happened that way.
Yeah, it just happened like that. Life, I got a 2-year-old daughter and stuff like that. Like,
yes,
I'm trying to have her born and be like, "Daddy's a rapper." You feel me? Or my kid's mom being like, "Yeah, my it's a struggling art." It's just like I was just really trying to get my tools in order to be able to do this stuff the right way. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to put this stuff out. Like I put that EP out just to throw it out there, really just to get a little splash of reaction and stuff like that. Like, I got a ton of music that I'm sitting on. It's just really trying to figure out how we roll it out now at this point.
Are you happy with the reaction that you got to the project?
Yeah, and I'm at a point right now where it's not about the views anymore. It's really just about just putting out quality content, because in my mind it's gonna hit. At this point, and anything that I put out in my mind is gonna be quality. So, for a minute it was like, okay, I'm dibbling and dabbling with this sound. I'm dibbling and dabbling with that sound. I didn't have a cohesive sound. Like my friend Jay Morrison, Joshua, put it a certain way. Like, if a kid can't be you for Halloween, then you haven't branded yourself the right way yet.
You're trying to have someone dress up as Yohiness. I can dig it.
Yeah, and you gotta really own in on who you are and what you're doing. And I want people to come to me for a certain vibe. you know, not because I have a hit or 2 hits. Like, no, this is why I'm, you know, like I go to, let's say I listen to Dom Kennedy maybe before I get ready to go to the club or after I go to the club, you know, but I might play YG at the club. Like, I want people to listen to me for a specific reason, you know, and I feel like I'm at that point now when it comes to creating my music.
That begs the question real quick. What does a Yohiness costume look like?
Woo! Yohiness costume, man. He gotta have a fresh ball fade, and he gotta have a fitted cap with the cock brim. Probably a black tee and just a cool little chain piece and some skinny jeans and Chelsea boots, and he's in. He is in. He's good. He's Gucci. It's yo.
I don't think I got any of that. You there, Yohiness?
Yes.
Oh man.
The weather be wildin' with the internet connection.
Yeah, man. There was some down trees on a street close to my apartment. It was crazy. But it looks like we're trying to get Yohiness back right there. I guess while we try to get him back there, you know, so when an artist takes like 5 years off or something like that, what does that do for a fan? You know, like I know Taylor, like you are a fan.
Him into their daily lives in a certain way, and for somebody like me who's a super fan of all music, I do have certain artists that I incorporate into my daily lives. So regardless if they've taken a 5-year hiatus or not, if I'm rocking with their music in that way, they're always going to have a spot in my day-to-day at some point. So you know, to me, it doesn't really make a difference how long in between their projects, because I'll still keep listening to them for sure.
Yeah, we wow. We are still having problems connecting here.
Can y'all hear me?
It's not just you, Yohiness.
It's going in and out here.
It's man. Oh my God. Stay with us right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. We got Yohiness here, of course. And Taylor Hart seems to be loading, even though she's like right next to me.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see here. We still got Yohiness. We got to get Taylor Hart back there. Why don't we take this opportunity real quick here to play this new track that you have unreleased, Yohiness. One called Glass Slipper.
Yep, Glass Slipper, featuring Feasel and Joshua. We just did a video for it. It should come out probably like, I don't know, hopefully like next month.
Okay. What's before we play this song, what's a video for Glass Slipper gonna look like? What should we expect?
For the most part, we chilling, man. I wanted to just show like how cool we be hanging out in, you know, the Washington area, at least from my section. We pulled up to Frisco Freeze and just invited all the cool homegirls out, and and just kicked it, man. There's no booty shaking or anything like that. Just really having a good time. Like I said, just highlighting like, you know, outfits and stuff like that, how we dress. You know, it was kind of rainy, kind of cold. Just highlighting a little bit of that, just how we kick it. You know, I feel like in LA, there's a bunch of videos, people pulling up to In-N-Out and stuff like that. So I just wanted to showcase how we hang out here. Reggie. Oh my God. Oh.
Air Force Ones, where the pretty girls at? Yeah, say my name, yeah, where the jiggy girls at? Yeah, who sit back and so okay? Yeah, where the silly girls at? Yeah, who laugh at shit I say? Yeah, where the bougie shit's at? Take them on a day, you gotta pay. Yeah, Uncle Yo love them all. Yeah, kiss me up the flag. 253, 257, 74. Just the last two you would have. I day up to the glass slipper. My Cinderella wear Air Force Ones and she don't up no bums. I say up the glass slipper. My Cinderella wear Air Force Ones and she don't up no bums. OG Bezos, cocaine Mac. Just like Tory to make clothes, a little send off and show she see I get paid. The Air Force is send off and Patron, forever to the money. I'm gonna go like a Diego, showing off, popping champagne in the raincoat. Oh, she's I be using section scapegoat. She ain't go, but you can tell she don't hate no. The way that I hate low, in her mouth is a halo. Over she do what I say, she do what I say. In the kitchen I make love, I make like Drake. It's like sideways, trying to make the ball. How to say you know me, baby, you gonna grow. You gonna like you cold, stepping out. Skin smell like Egyptian mud. She wet as you now. Kiss my hands right now. Her butt hands talking smile. But she just talking smile. Why she go to extra mouth? Very shirt, extra mouth. Plain on shirt, up the sign up in the section. Now gangsters, you know they wear they out. All she wanna do is come out. She say to do it out. I can show you how to stick your ring. I don't know you how to stick your ring. I don't know your mouth. Touch what I'm talking about. She a freak. She had it out. She open the mouth. She open the mouth. The trophy high. Slap on the ass now. Slapped on the ass now. Dancing now. Dancing now. Slapped on the ass now. Slapped on the ass now. The drink always dancing now. I say up to the glass slip. I say up to the glass slip. Air Force Cinderella wear Air Force Ones. I say up to the glass slip. I say Cinderella wear Air Force Cinderella wear Air Force Ones. I say up to the glass slip. I say up to the Cinderella wear Air Force Cinderella wear Air Force Ones. I say up to the glass slip. I Cinderella wear Air Force Cinderella wear Air Force Ones.
Rainier Avenue Radio, fresh juice. You're tuned in right here live to your community radio station here with Yohiness. It looks like we lost Taylor again. Wow. Okay.
I'll be on eventually.
At least we can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's Taylor right there. Man, we just got like attacked by the internet right there. Just the internet did not want fresh juice on, or it didn't want Taylor Hart on.
Hey, was there echo on it? On my end, there was a super echo on the song.
Man, still got Yohiness in the building, yo, right outside Post Office Studios. I know
Post Office.
There, yeah. We know you're about to record some more brand new music.
Yeah.
Buddy in the studio with you tonight?
Yeah, I'm in here. I'm in here with Josh, DJ QJ, Matt Belugs. Keon just left the studio. There's so many different creatives at this space. It's not even funny. You can be coming in and seeing Perry leaving and seeing She B walk in here. It's nuts. It's a very unique creative space. I advise anybody that's looking for somewhere to record, definitely log in with Post Office Studios. You can follow them on IG. Incredible engineering and just incredible creative space more than anything. They find the sound out of guys.
It's weird. The league is just weird. It ended on a strong note. What? Last year was fire. I know. That's just weird now. It's like 10 to like 9 to 5.
Now I'm not even okay. Now I'm back. Taylor's on. There's Yohiness. Everybody working.
Nigga, I don't even know. These are dramatic.
I think we should go to break. Yeah, we definitely should go to break. Definitely should go to break here.
Man, the internet don't want to see us win tonight, man. I appreciate y'all having me out.
Gotta love the internet, man. All right, so man, our intern. Right here live on your community station, Rainier Avenue Radio. When we come back, new music from Seattle's own Macintosh.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not trying out new wigs and cocktail dresses, I'm listening to RainierAvenueRadio.world.
This is the news on Rainier Avenue Radio. In a massive victory for Democrats, John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock unseated both of Georgia's U.S. Senate incumbents as final votes were counted. The Democratic twins' victories in Georgia represented a striking shift in the state's politics as a swelling number of diverse, college-educated voters flexed their power in the heart of the Deep South. They also cemented the transformation of Georgia, once a solidly Republican state, into one of the nation's premier battlegrounds for the foreseeable future. Combined with the unprecedented siege on Capitol Hill, the result marked one of the darkest days of Trump's divisive presidency, the ADP reports. And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Rainier Avenue Radio presents All Music, All Day Saturday. Music, all day Saturday. This is Edwin Bailey, Bulldog Blue. Jazz from the Cabinets.
That's right. It's time once again for Jazz from the Cabinets. Big Poppy.
Start time.
Thanks for tuning in. My name is Paul Pierce.
This just starts Saturdays. All music, all day. Reggae out. Hip Fox Night.
Looking for the perfect beat? Yeah, it's the beat of the box.
Fresh Juice. D-Money in there.
Myself to the money.
Nice size Patron.
Resistencia. The Northwest Rap Gang.
DJ Medina. Chad Cheddar. Northwest Rap Gang.
Sergio Lacour's Love Line.
It's Sergio's Love Lines with Sergio Lacour. Going to the phone line. Tell them who we talking.
Sea Monster Radio. Mojams. It's your jam.
We're live. Welcome to Mojam Mondays. This is BZ Music Media. Caller Goddess for Mojam Mondays.
Just my God is inspiration. All day and all night. Saturdays. RainierAvenueRadio.world. Rainier Avenue Radio, broadcasting a mental health town hall meeting. Thursday, January 14th, 6 p.m. to 7:30. King County Council member Gamai Zahilai and the National Alliance on Mental Illness present a mental health town hall meeting. Panelists discuss the racial, historical, and generational trauma combined with the effects of these tumultuous times on the mental health of Blacks. Tune in Thursday, January 14th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Mental Health Town Hall meeting. You deserve to be heard and understood. Listen on Rainier Avenue Radio or watch on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter. Let's come together, support each other, and let our voices be heard. Thursday, January 14th, 6 to 7:30 p.m. A mental health town hall live. Thursday, January 14th, 6 p.m. on RainierAvenueRadio.world.
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy Macintosh, and I'm sipping that fresh juice with D-Money on KVRU. But brother.
Yeah, we fuck little bit, Ay. Yeah, we fucked a little bit, but I don't know her that well. So I'm white, good pie, shorty know what I sell. Hit her on the first night, left her at the hotel, made her my own flight. I ain't thinking no way. My name in the city and I better ring bells. Everybody want a verse, you should see the email. Cash out for the feature, couple G's on the visa, duck D's for the Riga. They be in my coattail. What's the big block, man? Niggas know the truth. One thing about me, niggas know I'm sure. It's blocks to quiet, eating vodka vibe, getting there while I drive. I might tell the crew. It's a 6-figure nigga, you can look at the check. I mean, look at the neck. I got so much ice, I can look at my breath. Niggas wouldn't invest. Used to look down, I'm not looking up, saying, I'm a first night 9 times out of 10, 9 times to the end, 9 sides to the end. Bust a plate and I give high fives to my friends. Pull up in the Uber, lead a high rise in the Benz. Cardi friends, yeah, I paid a nice price for the lens. Buy another pair, hell, I just might. It depends. I'm a real trap nigga, put some nice with the pen. Living life on the edge, okay? And I ain't driving no Nissan, nigga. I'm a motherfucking king like Keyshawn, nigga. You a bitch and she breathe wrong, nigga. We ain't going back and forth like ping pong, nigga. Hella high, if I trip, I'm a free fall, nigga. How to get it out the mud, I can teach y'all, nigga. Young, I ask my B-dog, nigga. Run up on the slime wall, I'ma squeeze on, nigga.
I be high as fuck, yeah, I'm free falling. See that nigga come up now, he free falling. Finna walk up, take your bitch and roll my weed on it. I heard that he beefing, but he won't speak on it. Yeah, free falling, so I'm like, out my days on the twigs with them red dots. Like a tree, get knocked out. Watch your bird, them hoes, they gon' help out. So hard, she won't make it. Nothing in Buddha, I ain't gon' fake it. She's tryna talking about how I'm famous. I'm doing these numbers, I'm geeking. I pop a perk and I'm tweaking. 30 rounds, leaving it leaking. I be so high, I'm free falling with Jesus. Yeah, my dick up, I strip a bitch with cheek. Ain't wasting my time at these label meetings. Finna hop in a Rari, I'm speeding. And these diamonds be cold as a bitch, leaving it freezing. I'm with your baby, we freaking. I be high as fuck, yeah, I'm free falling. Seen that nigga come up now, he free falling. Finna walk up, take your bitch and roll my weed on it. I heard that he beefing, but he won't speak on it. Free fall, 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 free fall.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice, Macintosh, Seattle's own, featuring Keyshawn right there. It's called Free Fall, and shouts out to Rank Ramon in the video playing Doctor.
Ike Watson was in that too.
Yes. I'm sure they had hella fun doing that one, man. You're tuned in to Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice every Wednesday night, 9 to 11 p.m., hosted by myself, D Money,
Taylor Hart,
and pint-sized Patron. Yohiness joined us on the show. Therefore, it looks like we don't have him back yet. But man, that song right there, Free Fall by Macintosh, I'm sure pretty soon you're going to see a new song by Tory Lanez called Fall Free.
But low-key though, if we do see something similar to like any sort of Doctor scene, for sure gonna be confirmed that he is indeed ripping him off.
Oh my god.
Maybe it's bait. Maybe that's why Macintosh released this.
Maybe. And if you're tuning in, you don't know what's going on. About, I think, a week or maybe 2 weeks ago, we discussed this on Fresh Juice on almost a blatant ripoff of Macintosh's Hoodburger song. There was a song by Tory Lanez that had a very similar concept at a burger joint. And as Taylor mentioned during that conversation, there's other videos that Macintosh has done, that Tory Lanez has done something very similar, including one with Flying in the Air. They both did that at the same time. Crazy, to say the least. But something else that's crazy, as far as I'm concerned, is when I heard about a new potato chip on the market by this brand called Rap Snacks. Rap Snacks.
Rap Snacks is the brand for your potato chips. Man.
Oh my god. New one for Rick Ross. I'm going to show the bag real quick here. Rick Ross sweet chili lemon pepper potato chips. The goal is to be rich forever.
low key, that hurts my mouth just thinking about eating them.
That's got to be spicy as hell, dude.
Well, no, it's sweet chili, so it's gonna be a sweet heat. But then throw in the lemon pepper spice, and it's gonna be yeah, not my style. I'll pass.
All right, everybody else in Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch land that are tuning in, are you gonna try out Rick Ross's sweet chili lemon pepper potato chips? Wrap snacks drizzle. Let us know. I don't think I'm gonna try it. It's just the flavor combination's not my little brand, but
no, they got some good wrap snacks out there though. They do. But I ain't into the sweet chili lemon pepper. Not my style.
I don't know. I don't know if you saw the Notorious B.I.G. ones that came out.
I don't know if I did.
Got a couple ones right there. The image is coming in kind of small, unfortunately, but cookout barbecue sauce.
That's my style.
I like that one. And for people that really like spice, some honey jalapeno.
That sounds mild at best. A honey jalapeno. Jalapenos aren't hot. And as somebody who doesn't like spicy foods, that's jalapenos aren't hot.
10:04 p.m. Let us know how you feel about these wrap snacks of potato chips with wrappers on the bag, yo. Coming to a grocery store near you. They got a chip for everything, though. I mean, you go in the grocery store and an entire row is just chips.
Yeah.
Just chips. It's nuts.
It's amazing, is what it is. I am a potato chip connoisseur, if you will.
Oh, you're a potato chip connoisseur.
I'm a potato connoisseur, to be fair. Love French fries, mashed potatoes, baked potatoes, potato chips. Love them all, really. They come in so many different varieties. And a well-done potato chip is probably the best thing to snack on. So, I've spent a lot of time in the chip aisle.
Awesome. Last I heard, I thought Rick Ross was trying to lose some weight. Now he's peddling potato chips.
Well, unless those guys are low sodium, I mean, he's going to want to avoid them at all costs. Although I doubt he himself is indulging in them often. So.
Oh my God! Yeah, let's hope not.
Hope not.
Because Rick Ross can never really get any bigger.
Let's pretend like he didn't say that.
All right, man. Rainier Avenue Radio Fresh Juice, 10:06 p.m. We're gonna pay respects to a past cut right here from the Northwest with our little segment we like to call Way Back Wednesday.
Time for Taylor to pay attention again. All right. Here we go. Way Back Wednesday for the week. This one actually came up because I was scrolling on Reddit, and I follow a subreddit, Hip Hop Heads Northwest, on there, and somebody posted about Brothers of the Same Mind, which was started out as a trio back in 1990. They were highlighted in Unsigned Hype in the Source. And then after that, they brought on a couple of other new members too. So they were a 5-piece group, but they put out an album, a self-titled release in 1991. It's a super good album, and I literally just ordered it from Crane City Records on vinyl like 20 minutes ago while I was sitting here. So I'm super stoked to get that record. Shout out Gary. But yeah, they have a couple of good joints on there, and I already know that I'm going to be playing a song a few months from now when springtime hits because it's got that type of vibe to it. But the song I chose for tonight is just like I tend to stick with the theme of just like paying respect to either the Northwest or hip hop culture in general. And this song, Throw Up Your Hands, really just kind of has that throwback and respect to hip hop kind of vibe that I go for. So, that's kind of why I chose the song from Brothers of the Same Mind.
Okay, let's give it a spin, brothers from the same mind. Throw up your hands. It is Taylor's choice for Way Back Wednesday on tonight's Fresh Juice on Rainier Avenue Radio. Keep it locked with us. We'll keep spilling our words, but we'll keep putting these beats down.
Throw up your hands, it's time to pay your respects to the brother man. Working your whole mind with a lyrical game plan. No less than diversified, no need to hide. Battle with me is like committing mental suicide. After your lows, blood your soft sucker to sandwich. I'll nail you to the wall before you get the chance to speak. I heard rumors, but that wasn't good enough. I'm ready right now, right here for the good stuff. The stage or the 12th gauge, it's all up to you. Discussion's long time and overdue. I want to roam, depth is my first home. More severe than fear in the hated atmosphere. You step on a mic and I'll cut your throat. Don't be silent until the last note. So let's settle this while you still stand. Put up and shut up, means throw up your hands. Try to be hip, but you know you're on a pump tip. Open your mouth wrong and you'll slip. Cause I don't freak off for suckers like you. As a matter of fact, you know what? You're through. I'm not into playing low budget games. I take a patch cord and choke you until your chains or rearrange your thought and your concept. And start speaking knowledge and pay your brothers respect. Next, you wanna stay in the art? I rip your raps with the melodies that rhymes apart. Once an MC when it comes out his face wrong. The melody from me always comes out strong. The rhythm is dope, you watch it smoke. I cut your throat down to the very last note. I'm not bargaining, I'm a real man. So let's put it to the test, no less. Throw up your hands. A breath of mic, you know the gusto. What? A punk like you can't flow? Damn. What's your lyrics? Where do you come from? I spit you're illiterate. You sound dumb. You know who you are. Talking that crap to get the rap. I treat you like a rookie. Better yet, a broken cookie. Transmute your plans, but man, it's not in your game plans. Reserve the right for a real man like me. I wrote for your society and read up for how it was, it will be. I flow for the heart through the jars. I reach all hearts, the rhythm is mine. I'll leave the blind, one of a kind. Could stop suicide attempt and run your mind like an off the street man. Backslap a hole, like you must go. Change your lyrics too fast, but thinking too slow. Gun point, think quick, one of us must go. Too late, you want to spend another throw your hands. Your man see my raps is braille. It was a test and yes you failed. Explain the trust and the plan that you had in the syllabus. Before it's being rearranged by us. Be the MC for brothers of the same mind. Quick to change from the voice, so now you know it. I bet you couldn't see through the lightning bolt. You heard the rap, the classics, the last note. I grabbed the microphone cause you are a soft one. Before you speak, you're stuttered in front. I'll be finished when you're all diminished. Yet patiently wait cause I won't tempt the fate. I wrote this in a way so you can understand. If you catch my drift, then throw up your hands.
Brothers of the same mind, throw up your hands. Way Back Wednesday. Now I return back to the present. Right?
Time traveling.
2021, y'all. Fresh juice. Rainier Avenue Radio. D Money.
Taylor Hart.
Pint Size Patron. Holding things down. 10-12 p.m. So next little thing that we're going to jump into, and before we forget, anyone listening on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, what is the wildest opening to a song that you have ever heard? Let us know in the comments later on in the show. We're going to read some of your comments about what you think. What song you have heard that has had the wildest opening ever? It doesn't have to be hip hop. It can be any genre. What has had the wildest opening ever on a song you've ever heard? But right now, though, we're going to jump into something that I heard on a recent interview on the Tamron Hall show, where Busta Rhymes was a guest. And on the show, he was talking about the creation of the video Czar. I think we played that song on the show actually. And during it, he wears this entirely white costume where he looks very, very thin. Busta explains what he did to get that thin, and I'll play the clip for y'all right now from the Tamron Hall show.
When I shot that video, there's a scene of me wearing all white with a head wrap. When I initially put that all white on, it showed how badly out of shape that I was on camera. So we went in the dressing room and they duct taped my stomach down.
Oh my goodness.
With electric duct tape.
What was that like?
Yeah. Busta taped his stomach down to appear thin for a music video. He's not the only artist that has been, you could say, drastically changing their appearance just for a music video. Just recently, The Weeknd had a completely new face just for a music video. And I remember when he posted that, people went crazy on like, what's up with The Weeknd? Like, what's wrong with him? All that kind of stuff. Like, how much is too much for an artist when they change their appearance for the purposes of a music video?
I think it really just depends on the circumstances. I think in this case, with Busta, I think it was for the wrong reasons. Because I don't think anybody should feel ashamed by that, by any means.
Yeah.
Now, if you see that and you want to work on yourself afterwards, I mean, that's what it's all about. But I don't think that you need to be ashamed for that, and especially not something so aggressive as using duct tape to strap it down. I mean, I've had duct tape get stuck to my skin, and that's not comfortable.
Especially taking that off.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. And so to put yourself through something like that, that's going to put yourself in an uncomfortable position just so that you look better, I think is, I don't think that's the right time to do it. But I'm also not against it. People shaking it up and acting, putting on a costume and acting differently, because I think that's what makes music videos interesting. I think it's bland and boring. Like I said about that video earlier that we were watching, it was literally a homeboy just standing there with a bunch of girls around by a pool, like super boring. I don't want to watch that. I want to watch something creative. I want the music video to not just be like a video underneath the beat. I want it to be like its own like visual entity, you know what I mean? So by all means, use special effects, change things up, create like a different character for yourself, but don't feel bad about the shape of your body and manipulate it so that you look better to other people, you know what I mean? Like I don't think that's necessary.
Right. Whenever I hear about, duct tape on the chest, I always think of 40-year-old virgin, unfortunately. And wouldn't you know it, I got that ready to queue up for you.
Ooh. Wouldn't you know it?
Wouldn't you know? Unfortunately, the internet is not cooperating. That's unfortunate. But my take on appearance for music videos is, like you said, Taylor. I think we definitely need to go the extra mile for art. And I'm definitely a fan of, if you want to project a certain image, not because you're feeling self-conscious about yourself, but because it's for the purposes of the art itself and whatever image you're trying to portray that's maybe even different than who you are, just for that piece. I'm down with it. I think it's dope.
Yeah, I think everything has its place. But the sound in his voice in that interview, he sounded ashamed, and that should never be the underlying case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, we've seen it happen with actors plenty of times for movies, where they lose a bunch of weight or they gain a bunch of weight, or, they have these crazy fluctuations really fast. And it's all for the sake of the art. And I think that absolutely.
The changing of image for the video is for the audience as an artist. Sometimes people have a thrill when changing image, but usually it's for the viewers. I agree with Taylor, though, that you shouldn't have to change your body to present yourself. And it looks like Theo here says healthy body imagery, body positive, super important.
It is.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mentioned it earlier. It's now ready, apparently. So here's a little clip of Steve Worrell getting waxed. I believe he curses, so we are after 10. If it does slip, I'm sorry.
Here we go. Oh, that feels warm.
Oh, that feels warm.
I like your sweater. Does that come in a V-neck?
Oh, there it is.
If she starts doing his pubes, I'm out of here.
Oh.
Oh.
You're gonna look good after this, man.
Thanks, man.
So ready?
Yeah.
I don't even need to see the visuals. I've seen this so many times.
Oh, you fucker!
Oops. Rainier Avenue Radio Fresh Juice. Sorry, shut the bust. Didn't hurt like that.
You should have edited it out, and you should have just left in the Kelly Clarkson bit.
I should have. I had to pull it up at the last second there, and I apologize. But anyway, I think we're coming to the same consensus here, that when it comes to the art, there really is no limit on how much you can change yourself when it's strictly just for the art.
Right.
But when you're ashamed about your own appearance, that's bringing up some questions that you should be asking yourself before you make those changes. We're going to next thing right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice, another song coming at you from LA. And I actually found this one on Taylor's platform, Respect My Region. The Image. The electronic duo that always do their music videos with masks on, apparently. And we have a new joint to play from them, and it's called Morning Prayer. So dig it right here as we stay live with you, as we do every Wednesday, 9/11, and reruns Fridays and Saturdays at 11 p.m. Archives as well. Go to mixcloud.com/freshjuicepodcast. Here's The Image with Morning Prayer.
If you care for me, I give you everything. If you're there for me, I give you all you need. Lay your arms on my shoulder. Come for me, let's clap and just vibe. I give you everything. If you're there for me, and if you're there right now, I give you all you need. Let's go. I really wanna know if you got it. And I can bring you around the world, like on me, daddy. Put love all eyes on you. You so desire. You say so. If we can get higher, you can let me know. Falling, I will never let you waste it. Falling over again. Don't let these voices cloud your If you care for me, I give you everything. If you're there for me, I give you all you need. Lay your arms on my shoulders. Let me on your way home. Streets about to close. Get ready for the waiting on you. 24 more so through. 365 is all through.
Rainier Avenue Radio, Fresh Juice. The Image, Morning Prayer. Dope music, man. Definitely. And that we're going to go into our next break here just for a second. So stay with us for the next couple of minutes. Let us know about what's going on in your community. And as we look forward to tomorrow night's mental health forum and panel that'll be going on at 6 o'clock with King County Council Member Gourmet Zahilai and the organization Namir. On mental health. And then on Monday, you can check and listen in live and watch the annual Seattle Zone Martin Luther King March celebration and rally on Monday at 11 a.m. And you can check out the youth video produced by the celebration committee of the Martin Luther King Jr. March on Sunday at 2 p.m. But right now, we're going to take a little break. We come back, new music from Toby Wigway, 50 Cent, Murray, and more with myself, D Money.
And Taylor Hart.
You know, Paint Size Patron, too.
This is Paul Pearson, host of Star Time. And when I'm not being reprimanded by traffic cops, I'm listening to Rainier Avenue Radio.world.
This is the news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Sudan said it has signed an agreement with the U.S. that paves the way for the cash-strapped African nation to normalize relations with Israel and help clear some of its massive debt to the World Bank. For AP News, the ministry said the settlement would enable Sudan to receive more than $1 billion annually from the World Bank for the first time in nearly 3 decades. When the country was designated a pariah state, Sudan has more than $60 billion in foreign debt. They agreed to put $335 million in an escrow account to compensate U.S. victims of terrorist attacks. Those included the 1998 bombings of the U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, but the Al-Qaeda network, while its leader, Osama bin Laden, was living in Sudan. The country also was believed to serve as a pipeline for Iran to supply weapons and militants in the Gaza Strip. In exchange, notified Congress of intent to remove Sudan from the U.S. list of state sponsors of terrorism, a key incentive for the deal.
And that's your news on Rainier Avenue Radio.
On Rainier Avenue Radio.world, look forward to Change Your Life show. I'm Dennis Weaver, your good guide and host, helping you to feel good and look good. And who wouldn't want some of that? All that and more from the Change Your Life show on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Stories, songs, and guests. Begin living the organic life and the rest of your life. This may be the best of your life. What's up, baby? To your
Thursday, January 14th, 7:30 p.m. Make sure and tune in to Rainier Avenue Radio. King County and NAMI present the Mental Health Awareness Special Program. Look, you deserve to be heard. You deserve it. And just saying it's hard to navigate this world. Council member Zahilai and National Alliance on Mental Illness in Seattle are hosting a live town hall next Thursday, the 14th, 6 to 17, coming up with panelists from county, panelists, mental health experts, learn about resources, ask questions, and let your voice and let your listen right here on Rainier Avenue Radio. Watch on Facebook, watch on YouTube, watch on Twitch. Let's come together and support each other again Thursday, 6 to 7:30, right here on Rainier Avenue Radio, the National Alliance on Mental Illness Seattle, hosted by King County Council member Mai Zahilai. Let your voice be heard.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's Paris Life, aka Paris Life Music, aka Paris Life Music. Rainier Avenue Radio here, Rainier Avenue Radio here. Petite Money, Pine Size Petite Money, Taylor Hart. Tune in every Wednesday at 9 p.m. at Rainier Avenue.world. Let's go. Let's go.
Had to take care of myself ever since the age of 9. Tell her can't even school, but I pocket every night. Elementary was simply the message of having to go up with and now I'm open. It seemed like I forgot every lesson. Got my family on my back like we were praying. On my team like we your head. You Islamic, you make it with your face. I got stuck with all the cheese, I never stand around. Gotta pick my friends better cause they supposed to lift me up. I should think about me trusting somebody would set me up. We would think you ain't supposed to, that would fit me up. That you divide the planet, I said me up. That's why I'm always by myself. I would never need no entourage. My only bodyguard, play with me. My bodyguard will hit your entourage. Escaping from the thunder, my patent Joe touching homicide. Everything the right way, took the wrong way, so somebody there. I got a family to feed. I got a family to feed. I got a family with needs. Got a duck low and keep my head up. The offer for the cops and get my bread up. I got a family to feed. I got a family to feed. I got a family with needs. I'm trying to do everything the right way, but the wrong way, so invited. I got a family to feed. I got a family to feed. I got a family with needs. Got a duck low and keep my head up. The offer for the cops and get my bread up. I got a family to feed. I got a family to feed. I got a family with needs. Watching me now cause my pocket's getting fatter. I know you hate cause I'm flying. You freaking stuff, don't watch them splatter. Turn them in, no matter. But it don't matter if I got to, then it gotta happen. I'm moving how you move cause now I'm quick to grab it. I'm on a different wave, I got the ride with me. Got me standing on the game like the laps with me. I'm your daddy dad, I got your pop with me. And you would never in my shine, it won't stop with me. When I was younger, I ain't never socialized. But when money's involved, turn into a social life. Wasn't the social type. Taxes just to get my social right. Smoked a pound every day. That's just how I had to cope and do everything the right way, but the wrong way. So invited. I got a family to feed. I got a family to feed. I got a family with needs. Got a duck low and keep my head up. The offer for the cops and get my bread up. I got a family to feed. I got a family to feed. I got a family with needs.
Big Decisions by Murray. New music on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice out of North Carolina. Man, great message. Love that one.
For sure.
If you don't know about Murray, apparently his name has definitely been buzzing recently because J. Cole has definitely been talking about him a lot. We'll see if maybe he gets signed to Dreamville or something like that, which would be pretty dope for a guy who definitely with some great talent and good message, getting that kind of platform be dope. Because right now he's definitely very independent, just moving things on his own. He could probably use that push in turn.
For sure, yeah, I can see that happening.
All right, well, you got myself D Money,
to the Hart,
pint-sized Patron, and later on in the show, we're going to talk about the wildest openings to a song ever. Let us know in the comments on whatever songs that you have heard. What is the wildest opening to a song that you've ever heard? Doesn't have to be hip hop. It can be any genre. Let us know, and we'll read some of those comments later on in the show, which is coming quick. But right now, we're going to talk about something that happened on Clubhouse. This is the first mention of Clubhouse on Fresh Juice, as far as I know. And I downloaded and got the Clubhouse app about a month ago, I think. I mean, unfortunate to all the Android users out there. You guys got to wait. Apparently, it's only iPhone users. So, but it's a fun little app. You know, it's basically for those that don't know, it's basically audio conversations. That's what it is. Basically, you can join a conversation or you could start one. And you just talk. So you can listen to conversations, especially from people that have more experience and can tell stories and you can learn from. So there's definitely a lot of networking that goes on that app. And in one of the conversations, one of them, Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9" worked together. And during it, Lupe literally called out Royce for defending Eminem so much, because there has been a lot of backlash on Eminem, and we've talked about that on Fresh Juice. And Royce has been an ardent defender of Eminem. Some say it's because it's association, or it could be because he actually does like the music as well. We don't really know where Royce's head is at. But it's interesting that Lupe literally called him out in a public conversation like that.
Yeah. I don't know much about any of the beef. I don't know. I don't know much about, I know that Royce and Eminem rock with each other, so I can see why he would defend him. But I don't know much about why, I don't know. I don't know much about it, and I'm just a simple little Android user, so I'm not on Clubhouse.
Are you having Clubhouse envy, Taylor?
Not at all. Man, I don't have any issues networking with people and linking with people and talking to them. I know how to reach out and make genuine connections. I don't need an app to lead me into those conversations. So, yeah, no, I ain't tripping about Clubhouse.
So speaking of Clubhouse, just earlier on today, I was looking at the app, and there's actually a conversation scheduled by Respect My Region's own Mitch and other brass there at the blog about the hosting about the weed business, which I think that's going down tomorrow at some time. I think so.
Yes, see, Mitch is the one that needs to be on Clubhouse and needs to be out there spitting game to all these people, because he's definitely that person. And so it's good that he's on there. I believe he was just live with Marshall Law Band the other night, as well, talking about the music industry. So, I definitely tune in if you are on Clubhouse. Tune into any Respect My Region talk, because Mitch gives lots of gold advice all the time, even, through a bunch of BS. But
nice cough.
Some might say that was a real cough. Some might say it was perfectly timed. I don't know. Much love, though, for real. As much as we like to joke around and whatnot, seriously, he's well versed in a lot of these things, and he knows how to relay this information and give people a lot of really good game that applies to the music industry now, not what the music industry was like 10 years ago, not what the music industry was like 20 years ago, but what it is right now and what the future is going to be like. So yeah.
Right. And yeah, definitely. Back to the subject at hand, not knowing the details. Let's say someone's questioning about your homie's music, and you believe that your homie's not hitting it as much as they should music-wise. I mean, do you basically let it on the line like, yo, I think my homie could do better, or do you totally defend your homie like, yo, my homie's the best, no matter what I'm thinking,
No, I ain't gonna gas anybody up like that. If somebody is not putting it in their full potential and not giving it their all, like, yeah, I'm gonna say something, but I'm gonna say it directly to them as as a piece of criticism, not as not on some other platform in something that's not going to help them directly. You know what I mean? I'm all about helping them and uplifting them and making sure that they can be the best that they can be. So I'm not going to bash anybody if they put out something that's bad. I'm just going to give my critique as to what I think would sound better. And there's a lot of times where I hear something and I'm like, oh man, if you would have tweaked that, I could see this happening on that track. It's not because I'm not rocking with the sound. It's just because, that's what I think. I listen to a lot of music, and there's often times where I can see stuff like that in there. So yeah. I'm not, yeah, I just don't think that it's helpful if you just constantly defend people for, if they're not doing as well as they could be.
And that's exactly my point on what Royce has been saying about Eminem lately. Sometimes, honestly, I can't confirm, what is going on in Royce's head, whether he thinks Eminem is putting out right now is dope or not. But what I can say is, one, Eminem is basically his boss. Two, they've been homies for life. I don't know if he's basically defending his back just for those reasons more than just the music. I don't really know. It draws into question because we don't know what's going on in his head.
I mean, he could genuinely like what Eminem put out. I know plenty of people that do genuinely like what Eminem put out. You know what I mean? And it's Eminem can still rap. I don't know why people are saying that he can't, and why people are getting up on him just because he has this like legendary status doesn't mean that he can't put out. He's never going to be able to recreate the things that he did in the past to lead him to that status. But, it's not like you put on his new albums and he's not rapping well. It's just not what we want to see from him. And so a lot of it is just putting a lot of pressure on people.
True.
That's whack.
Yes. Yeah, that is pretty whack, to say the least.
Hannibal Buress, whack.
Oh man. Well, next up we got a brand new track from a familiar favorite on this show, Toby Nwigwe, who recently dropped the Sync Originals, which is basically a grouping of tracks that unfortunately is not a full album, which I think I definitely would like to see from the man, but he's been dropping videos like crazy left and right, and the visuals for his music is just crazy. So here's the latest one for you. It's called Tunda Fire, featuring of course his girl Nell and Munu Fresh. right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Stay with us live. We're going to address that little segment right after this about wildest openings to a song ever. So feel free to, on the comment section of the video that you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, and we'll shout them all out after this track from Toby Nwigwe, Ton of Fire.
Look, oh, I am not fixated on riches, don't get it. I can get bitches about the pay. Take even a tidbit or nibble out of my skillet, and I provide you a ticket to visit your creator. My little means can't eat a flavor. My sweat and toil ain't for the love of labor. I live by the principle of your neighbor, but I keep some laid to draw that put cylinder holes in paper. I pray that people don't rise against me. I pray you demons don't try to check me. It ain't ignoring every book, curate the seraphim, staring, holding the road that you're represent me. This ain't for power, so who make they bum like bullet chop. Just for the matter themselves, with the for the shell, let them prevail and rail and raise hell to bring heaven on earth. Some blessings of haters, I can't let the young person run whole. Money I have to break my will to change a young heathen's trajectory. Just let them use pistols and principles protecting them. Secondly, my girl like pray heavily. Knocking up on a cruise for Penelope. 3 feet of that crib, carry my legs, so it's K's on my pound like white premise. Cool, yeah, that's how it's like the word. Skin tone, black, you how you do that conversation. Yeah. Why did they first turn to every she work, yeah, that's high key a word. Since my skin tone is black, then I high key deserve compensation. Yeah, why did they first on every she I heard?
It's young nail on the beats in the bar, so clean as bar so black as charcoal, tall rose and cigar smoke with every bar spoke from my lips. Hope your eyelids allow your iris to see the purple is what Isaac. Jacob and Abraham did. Come get your cake, but don't take up the space. Give people mountains as well. It's countless attacks from hell. On those mountains on the back of the counselor who counted heads on your high fade, no fade. Box braids, crochets, can't really think of more ways to reassure you. They'll avoid you in public, but secretly adore you. Cause your aura consumed no matter who ignore you. Or who paid attention, listen, you can get your pension. You was born to listen till the day you land sick and high. I know I'll skip up in my campo, but the ones who aren't ain't got no heart. Wish I could get inspired and give you mine. Cause it's hard to tell those ideas and nothing. That's why my brother clap me like I just graduated. Do your research, don't your baby vaccinated. These demons want you made, evacuated. But if you understand, you do no stressing. I believe in God, my squad, and my Smith and Wesson. If you try to touch my husband or my brethren, you'll have a home from your head like you desire to question.
Yeah, that's high words, skin tone, black, high, conversation. Yeah. Why did this person turn to every she work? Yeah, that's how key words, skin tone, black, and high, deserve conversation. Yeah, why did this person turn to every she
Morning sunshine, welcome to reality. I tried to wake you, but you was sleeping so peacefully. Your family is my galaxy. I got 7 of them colonized names, blame my galaxy. I'm a galaxy, but for sure, you can call me your majesty. Some of y'all new blacks act so surprised. So 2020 took all them cataracts off your eyes. Now you got perfect vision, see clearly through the skies. No need for pantomimes or alibis. The revolution is televised. This the year of discernment. Popping off, we learning. You gon' pay everything you owe it. Why is it? I earned it. Perm tips with the Negro. Breaking out of that deep hole with true glow. Shining like money, got the juice. So you gon' have big size or divide up into tribes, not by skin but by your mind. Is you Satan or divine? What's your ideology? Either change your behavior or save your apology. I spit it like I gotta get it, I'm gone. Now spit it like from me right off the bone. Let it on your mind, from alone. Let's know what's happening from the home. I ain't gone. I've been alone. No, can't come home. I know that everything you was ever told, everything you know is wrong. Yeah, just hype a word, skin tone, black, you high, conversation. Yeah, Why you this person was so circle on to that get you further, you can cut yeah, cause I hate words, my skin on black, my high deserves compensation, yeah, why you this person on circle on to that see how
Woo! Time to fire. And that's by Toby Nwigwe featuring Nell and Mumu Fresh off of Sync Originals, which was recently dropped right there. You tuned in to Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Yeah, man. Myself, D Money.
Taylor Hart.
And we've been taking comments throughout the show about what is the wildest opening to a song that you have ever heard. Before we get to some of the comments, anything striking your head while we've been doing the show, Taylor?
I mean, a couple of things definitely come to mind. I think about like Wu-Tang.
Oh yeah.
They always had some wild openings with a lot of sampling from like kung fu flicks and stuff. Not wild. I mean, wild lyrically for sure, and just like melodically, the notes that she hits Lizzo in "Cause I Love You,"
Ooh.
I think is one of the craziest openings that I've heard in recent years. Literally every time I hear it, I get goosebumps all over my body, and it just sends chills down my spine. Like it's such a powerful opening, and that whole song is really, really well done. And then, I mean, if you want to think about some of the other things, sometimes I think about skits as like the opening to songs, because a lot of times they really do go hand in hand. Luda got a bunch. You also think about people like DMX, that just is ridiculous.
Yeah, one of our listeners actually said the same thing right there. We're almost opening DMX.
Because it's facts.
I mean, when you start barking on a track, it just stands out.
And you just, I mean, DMX, within the first 10 seconds, your heartbeat has gone skyrocketing. Like you're so amped up by the 30 seconds in, you're dancing, you're jumping, it's insane the power that some music has. But yeah, those are some that come to mind for me for sure. I'm sure there's a bunch others that I could probably dig up, but off top, that's what I got.
I like this one too. Mystical's Danger.
Yeah.
Talk about starting a track like that. Let's see. Here's some other ones. Also here, I think someone mentioned Tech 9 intros right there.
Okay.
Yeah, he definitely has some crazy skits that start out tracks. Does definitely stand out there.
For sure. Badu had some crazy entries to hers too. It wasn't so much as like wild crazy or anything, but just like some of the ways that Erykah Badu would start her songs.
Ooh.
Just wilding on some of the things that she would say. So for sure, I would say Badu in there too.
Let's see. Oh, someone wrote, "Listen to the track, big." Let's see what some of these other ones are. All you ladies, pop your like this. Let's see. Cash Money Records taking over for the 99 and the 2000s. Ooh, of course. My mind's telling me no. Oh my God. All right, anyway, someone said slime on my knob.
Like corn on the cob.
And then someone else saying Tupac hit him up.
Me and do your job.
Yeah, that's a nice little start to a song right there. All right, there we go. Wildest song starts to a song that you've ever heard. Some real good ones right there. We're gonna go into a new joint though. We'll see how the start of it measures up from 50 Cent, featuring NLE, Choppa, and Riley Lanes, is actually the theme song to his new series, Raising Kanan, Power Book 3. So 50 Cent, part of the game right here on Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. When we come back, it'll be time to wrap things up.
I'm a hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby.
I know heartbreaks, setbacks. I crap out, show 'em I get back. Through the ups and downs, you know I get around. So to me, it's all a part of the game. Man, it's your man. I gotta take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm a side, it's nothing to play with. Make money, make money. The fan will take money outside. Beef with the best of them, done shot at the rest of them. Yeah, checks I'm collecting them checks, boy, I'm finessing them. Big bags of bread. Real with a big bag on your head for the ones that break your head. Let's get to it, they don't do it like we do it. Cop it with big bag, it's the big. We up, what up, running up, still not good. Yeah, when it come out that tape, there ain't no complications. Put a hole in it. Honey, your heartbeat racing. Let's have to do it on this side. Let's get to it on this side. I know heartbreaks, setbacks. I crap out, sure I'ma get back. Through the ups and downs, you know I get around. So to me, it's all a part of the game. Right, man. Sure, man. I gotta take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm the side.
It's all in the game. You gotta play your players right. Don't be talking about the pipe all night. Lurking on sight, never go without a fight. When the rules are wrong, right, take your life aside. Go with like just a bike. You will lose just like a kitty boy. Ride around your city boy. Two tall niggas up in my face like a chip boy. More money, more problems, got me feeling like a kitty boy. Biggie boy, and I ain't see you biggie boy. Try to post up on this block, I've been on the loud. We need some silence, some rest, and it's time to ride. I'm the house man, but I bring the propane. He had a smoke on him, but he hit a close range. Stormy days, but you know we bring him more rain.
Sit back, don't show 'em. Get back, ups and downs, you know I get around. It's all part of the game. Man, I gotta take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm the side.
Oh, Rainier Avenue Radio Fresh Juice, 50 cents. Part of the game, featuring NLE Choppa and Riley Lanes.
I was rocking with that beat for sure.
Yeah, good little start to it too. I don't know about craziest song starting ever, but
that was pretty mild.
It was all right. It was all right.
But it was a vibe.
All right, so you are of course tuned in to Rainier Avenue Radio's Fresh Juice. Looks like we lost Taylor's visual again, but
yeah, I'm out for the count.
But we got 1 more minute left in the show. It's been a crazy episode to say the least. Appreciate everybody for tuning into the show tonight, y'all. And of course, rest in peace to our guy Patron's
Tree Loke.
Yeah, brother Trico White. Yeah. But man, shouts out to Yohiness for joining us in tonight, and all the other things that we talked about along the show, including all the events of last week and digesting that, and as far as social media bans and Trump being banned from every single platform, a new potato chip by Rick Ross, Rap Snacks, and Busta going the extra mile on his video by duct taping his stomach and we also discussed about how far is too far for an artist in changing their appearance for videos. Lupe calling out Royce the 5'9" for defending Eminem too much during a Clubhouse conversation, and the wildest openings to songs ever. We were sipping definitely some sweet tea tonight. The brand for it was
Gold Peak.
Gold Peak. And it was definitely very sweet. I enjoyed it.
Sweet tea. That's what it is.
Gotta be sweet. Next week on the program, we got Big Jones.
Shut the front door.
Big Jones, yo.
I go way back with Big Jones.
Yeah.
I met him when he was working at Fat Burger in Linwood.
What?
That Fat Burger ain't even there anymore.
Oh, it's unfortunate that we can't have him in person because we actually booked this a couple months ago to have him in person, and then we had the stay at home extended even longer. So we'll still have to have him digitally, but it'll definitely be dope. Definitely, we'll have to talk about his time where he met you at Fat Burger. Apparently,
nah, that's about where it ends. He was like, "I rap," and I was like, "Oh, word."
Word? That's one way of putting it.
And here we are.
From all of us here at Fresh Juice, we appreciate you. D Money,
Taylor Hart,
Pine Size Patron. If you want to hear this show in full again, the rerun will be this Friday and Saturday at 11 p.m. Archives, go to mixcloud.com/freshjuicepodcasts. And if you like the music that you heard, all of it's going to be, or most of it's going to be on our Spotify playlist. Just search Fresh Juice Media 2021, I believe.
Yeah.
And you'll find all of that music right on Spotify. Thank you all. Keep sipping that fresh juice. And Neon Ghost Show is next. Peace.